Okay, good morning, pack mates. I I know it's been a while since I've done one of these streams too, a model painting stream. I think it's been way too long. Um, but quick update. I mean, as you can see, I have a PNG tuber right now that I'm talking to you with. That's because my 3D model was being weird and not working right anymore for some reason, even though it has before. I'm not sure what the deal with that is, but what I will be doing is possibly commissioning a 2D model in the future. I'll probably do that soon, maybe after I get paid. Um, so yeah, that'll be really, really, really fun. I'm super excited about that. And why don't we get into the... Oh, come on. Why do you do this to me? Activate. That is the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so the model I have here is Canis Wolfborn. And I just realized that I am still not ready for this. So I'll be right back. Alright, here we go. Just needed some water for my brushes. And now I'm gonna be... Well, first things first. So, I'm actually not just going to be painting a single model today. I'll be painting 3 models. Oh boy. Huh. And what I have here are actually some speed paints. Excuse me. Some speed paints for well, for what it sounds like. come on. There we go, okay. So, what I want to do... So, this is Canis Wolfborn. Should we mention, I only just started a Space Wolves army. And I've already had so much fun with them. Mostly because they're a really interesting army to play. Alright. Let's paint. Alright, so. I think the first thing I'm gonna do... I think the first thing I'm gonna do... is paint his armor. So this is Canis Wolfborn, who is a champion of a wolf lord of the Space Wolves named Herald Deathwolf. But Canis is pretty interesting. He apparently talks in, like, growls and snarls to the other Space Wolves. And that might be because he was actually raised by a female Thunder Wolf, which might be the thing that he's riding. But he's actually really, really, like, insane in the gameplay, which is a lot of fun. He gets a bunch of different attacks. Well, actually, no. His attacks are from his lightning claws that he has right here. And if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure I think his warlord trait actually gives a buff to charge rolls made by, like, Fenrisian wolves, or what is this? Oh, you know what? Never mind. His warlord trait gives a buff to charge rolls made by like Fenrisian wolf or Thunderwolf cavalry units. Although that actually might be Herald Deathwolf. I could be wrong about that. But this model was made of resin. It was a bit of a challenge to put together. Which, honestly, that could have been more egregious. Yeah, it could have been way harder. And, you know, thank goodness it wasn't. Otherwise, I probably would have been there all day. But the reason I wanted to do speed paint was because I in fact do want to do like more than one character, hopefully, like in one stream. So the characters I got are the characters I have like ready are Canis Wolfborn, obviously. But I also have Ragnar Blackmane and Bjorn the Fell-Handed. All of them are, I'm gonna say, decently important Space Wolves characters. I mean, I'm gonna say Bjorn the Fell-Handed is the most important out of all of them. Or out of all three of these guys, at least. Because I did paint Logan Grimnar a while ago. But what I really like about the Space Wolves is that each one of them is like an individual, basically. Each of them wants a saga written about them, which is like their ultimate like that's what they want in the end. They want a story about their battles, about their deeds that sets them apart from the rest of their chapter. It's pretty cool, for being honest. Kind of does give like a legendary hero vibe to all of them. And I forgot to mention this when I painted Logan Grimnar. Apparently the Space Wolves do not trust the Administorum of Terra, and they hate the Inquisition and the Grey Knights. But way before that, that is actually a result of the War of Armageddon against Angron and the World Eaters. But before that, during the Great Crusade, there was this one battle in the Great Crusade in which I'm not entirely sure what the heck happened to cause this, but apparently Leman Russ, the Primarch of the Space Wolves, and the Lion, the Primarch of the Dark Angels, they apparently got into like a fist fight. They got into a fist fight, and eventually Leman Russ was like, "Why are we doing this? This is stupid." And the Lion was so offended by it that he just straight up knocked him out. And so to this day, for that reason, the Dark Angels and Space Wolves don't like each other all that much. I don't think the Space Wolves hate the Dark Angels any more than they hate the Thousand Sons, though. But apparently, when the Dark Angels and Space Wolves fight together, they actually have this tradition where they pit two of their greatest warriors, like they pit their greatest warriors against each other in like a respectful duel, which is really, it's honestly really cool that they do that. It's like they're still rival chapters, but at the same time they have this tradition together. I don't know, it was a interesting thing to learn about. Oh god, I wonder if this helmet right here is like a Thousand Sons helmet. Actually, no, it's probably his helmet. The Thousand Sons, I'll probably talk more about them once I learn more about them. When I paint Magnus or Armin or whoever. But yeah. Oh, whoops. I just got the wrong color for that. I need brown, not gray. So what was I talking about? Oh, there was also the War of Armageddon. So the Space Wolves also have a like animosity towards the Grey Knights, which are basically loyalist Thousand Sons in the sense that every single one of them is a psyker. And during and after the First War of Armageddon, when Angron and the World Eaters attacked it, once the fighting was done, there was this Lord Inquisitor who wanted to apparently sterilize the population of Armageddon, since they had witnessed chaos or whatever, and no one can know about chaos, I guess, for some reason. I don't know. This is the Inquisition we're talking about. Anyone who knows 40k probably wouldn't be surprised by this. But oh no. But there was this one Lord Inquisitor who wanted to apparently sterilize the population, meaning, kill them all, because they had witnessed chaos. And Logan Grimnar, who fought alongside a lot of the like the guardsmen there and the other Space Marines, said no, that there was no need for that. So they actually defended the civilians against the Inquisition, But the Grey Knights actually took the Inquisition's side and decided that, and this turned into a full-scale war between the Space Wolves and Grey Knights, where the Inquisition went so far as to attack Fenris. And Logan Grimnar. Logan Grimnar stood on this Lord Inquisitor's ship and just took his head off with the axe of Mordecai. And then Bjorn the Fell-Handed showed up on the bridge of his ship and was like, "Stop this foolishness right now." Yeah, he was basically like, "This needs to stop." And so yeah, there's a rivalry between the Grey Knights and the Dark Angels. I think it's cool that the Space Wolves weren't gonna let the Inquisition wipe out an entire planet because of what they had seen. And it makes sense why they did what they did. Like, they had fought so hard to save this world, and now they were just gonna kill everyone on it. They were like, no. It's really cool. There are some really cool characters in 40K. Like, the more you learn about like the non-codex compliant chapters, like the Space Wolves. Because the Space Wolves, they look at the Codex Astartes and are like, what is this? Which I think is really funny. But I think, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not wrong, I think the only way that the Space Wolves are, like, not Codex compliant is the fact that every Space Marine chapter is only supposed to have 1,000 Marines, which does not make sense. And the Space Wolves have way more than 1,000. I mean, personally, I think it would make sense for every company of a specific chapter to only have 1,000 Marines. But only 1,000 Marines in every single chapter just seems silly. And it's like, no wonder the Space Wolves don't obey that rule. I'm pretty sure all of my Space Marine armies, Because I have Dark Angels and Blood Angels. I'm going to start on them. And also Space Wolves. I'm pretty sure all of them are in fact non-codex compliant. I mean, I think the Blood Angels, the only reason they break it is because they have Red Thirst and Black Rage to deal with. And Sanguinius, maybe if he had survived the Horus Heresy, maybe they'd be obeying it right now. I don't know though. If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure it's just like, I mean, the Codex Astartes is like the laws of war. Not specifically for Space Marines either. Or I should say it's not specifically limited to Space Marines. Especially when we have, like, armies like the Adeptus Sororitas, the Imperial Knights. Yeah. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna paint the inside of this wolf's mouth. And maybe that eye he has. And also this armor that's on his paws. His feet, I should say. Let's see. So yeah. So this paint I'm using is actually zinc. Which, I mean, it's like a silver color, it looks like. Like metallic silver for armor. Yeah, I think I missed a few spots on Canis. Let's see. So yeah, this is a resin model which wasn't that easy to put together. There's another one, which is Samael of the Dark Angels, that also was a bit of a challenge to build. But I don't know, I think the trick is you have to just hold it together longer once you've glued them, once you've glued the pieces. Alright. So now what I'm gonna do. Have some red here. Want to get enough of the inside of the mouth red. And then the tiniest dot. For this laser eye, I guess. And it also kind of looks like giant wolf with a bionic eye. Giant thunderwolf with a bionic eye, which I think is hilarious. And it looks like, other than a few spots that I've missed on his armor, I think this gray was a good choice for the Space Wolves. But and I'm gonna say I'm pretty satisfied with how this has turned out. Yeah, this is Canis Wolfborn. So let's look at his data sheet. Alright, so Here we go. So, he has the lightning claws, which are those two huge things on his hands. Oh wow, he gets 6 attacks. That's a lot with those claws that do 2 wounds each for the hits. And let's see. Honor or death? Oh wait. Okay, so another one of his abilities is martial superiority. At the start of the fight phase, if this model is within engagement range of any enemy unit, any enemy character units, it can fight first that phase. Oh. Enemy characters though. And then Born of Wolves. While a friendly Space Wolves Cavalry, Space Wolves Beast, or Space Wolves Chariot unit is within 6 inches of this model each time that unit fights. Until that fight is resolved, each model in that unit can make 1 additional attack with its teeth and claws, or crushing teeth and claws, or 2 additional attacks with its flurry of teeth and claws. Wow. That is huge. That's very, very powerful. You know what? I'm not gonna stop with him just yet. Gonna take out this brush and do some extra detail. So this is still the gray. I don't want to do too much. Damn it. The fur on these wolves is not at all, like, smooth. And that really does make it a bit egregious to paint. But thankfully, that's the only model I have that's like this. Well, the only model I'm painting on stream that's like this. Alright, so Canis Wolfborn. Think turned out pretty good. So now, my next one a smaller one, but I got Ragnar Blackmane. Alright, yeah, I got Ragnar Blackmane. Who I'm gonna say... Okay, so This dude is also a real badass. So my first game with my Space Wolves against my dad's Necrons. This guy gets 7 attacks with this huge chainsword he has normally. But his oh, no way. Shizu, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome raiders from Shizu's stream. I am Luke Carries. I am a dinosaur from 100 million years ago who might have went extinct that time, but I don't really know. But thank you so much, Shizu. How was your stream? What were you playing? How's it going, my dude? I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. How are you doing? What were you playing, or what? Well, I mean, what were you doing? Right now I'm painting Ragnar Blackmane. Still on Elden Ring randomizer stressful castle. Oh no. That's right, you're doing Elden Ring randomizer. Let me give you a shout out really quick. Wait, no. Shout out Shizu World 91. There we go. Everyone go follow Shizu. He's really cool. Thank you. No problem. Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, I really appreciate that, Shizu. So, Ragnar Blackmane is a wolf lord. He's the leader of a great company who is apparently the youngest of the wolf lords. I'm taking you all to the kitchen. Want anything? Just some pancakes, please. It's almost 9 a.m. I need my pancakes. And yeah, Ragnar Blackmane is the youngest of the Wolf Lords, I think. And he's apparently, as far as I know, he's the only Wolf Lord that has crossed the Rubicon Primaris. So he is a Primaris Space Marine, which are like, so in game, I'm pretty sure Primaris Marines, they get a single extra melee attack, which is really, really good. But Ragnar, being the badass that he is, Ragnar was a bit of a badass, like, before he became a Primaris Marine. In the Second War of Armageddon, which was against the Orcs. In the Second War of Armageddon, he fought Gazkul Thraka. He fought Gazkul Thraka, and I talked about him a bit when I painted the Gothraka. He fought Gazkul Thraka himself and lived. Although that was only because Gazkul, like, let him kill him. Because he wanted to experience dying for whatever reason. Like, he wanted to, like, see how it felt to die. And, don't think too much about that, because this is an orc war boss we're talking about. Well, this isn't a orc war boss, this is the orc war boss. And being able to kill him is no small feat, even for a space marine. But yeah, this guy fought Gazkul Thraka and lived. Which is really, really big. And he's easily one of the... And no, it was actually that fight with him. It was after that fight that he crossed the Rubicon because he was so badly injured. He was, like, brought to the edge of death by Gazkul. And his great company, the Blackmanes, they usually lead the Space Wolves planetary assaults, which I think is kind of cool. They're like, their boots are always the first ones on the ground. And they always do, like, the most initial damage. And it makes sense when you learn more about Blackmane. His, like, he wants to get into the fight so badly. All the time. His, one of his warlord trait, Warriorborn, is even that he fights first in melee every time.
Hey, that's pretty good.
I think. I had this... There was a game I had with my dad, where I had a bunch of where I had him facing off against a bunch of Necron warriors that charged him for some reason. I don't know why my dad thought that was a good idea, but my dad charged Ragnar with a bunch of Necron warriors. And Ragnar just killed all of them. He killed every single one of them. Which, by the way, Necrons, like, their reanimation protocols, so they can only get back up if there is still a single model left in that unit. Like, in their unit. But since Ragnar killed all of them in that single attack, there weren't any of them left to reanimate the others. So they were just all dead. That was a really fun game. That was a good game that I have with my dad. Let's see. Time for some of the gray. So yeah, Ragnar Blackmane is kind of a boss, not gonna lie. Always nice when family members get on the action. Yeah, it is fun playing the game with my dad. We got into 40K after we played this one game called Space Hulk Deathwing, which is about the Dark Angels. And we learned about some of the... And in that game, we learned about, like the Horus Heresy, and, like, the fall of the Dark Angels and the Lion. And it did get me thinking, you know, we should try playing the game. So we did. And we have a lot of fun every time. And I've had a lot of fun doing these painting streams. Oh, another thing. Every Wolf Lord has this one ability called the Belt of Russ. Meaning, referring to Lehman Russ, of course. Which is a 4-up invulnerable save. And I think, if I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure this right here is the belt. Because I'm pretty sure it's on Logan Grimnar too. Well, no, I'm not. On his model, I mean, I obviously Logan Grimnar, the chapter master, is gonna have the Belt of Russ. And let's see. And these speed paint Chattermaster. Oh yeah, I just talked about how like badass Logan Grimnar was. Like saying no to the Inquisition after the War of Armageddon. And also eventually killing the Lord Inquisitor that attacked Fenris, which I don't know why that Inquisitor thought that was a good idea. And I did just talk about how Ragnar Blackmane crossed the Rubicon Primaris after fighting Gazkul Thraka. Because he's such a badass that he's like, no orc's gonna kill me. So there's the Belt of Russ. Used to be one of my 2 least favorite characters. Just from having played against Space Wolves a lot. Oh no. Number 1 is Pedro Cantor, who turns Sternguard vets into scoring units. I don't know who Pedro Cantor is. I've never heard of him. And I am ready to be bullied for not having heard of him. But who is that? Who's Pedro Cantor? Once I learned about landing a monolith on his head. Oh, Crimson Fist chapter master. Okay. See, I don't know anything about the Crimson Fists either. I know that they're Imperial Fist successors, but that's all I know. Let's see. I don't have black paint. And Ragnar Blackmane has. It's okay. They come from the gene seed of the Imperial Fist, so pretty forgettable. Oh no, the Imperial Fists are cool. I like the Imperial Fists. I like the Imperial Fists quite a bit. Well, I guess it's more safe to say that I like Rogel Dorn. Just like this stubborn leader. I imagine he and Leman Russ are pretty similar in just that you will not change their minds easily. But I think that's it. I honestly do think that's where similarities end, to be honest. Alright, so I got the last bit of gray. Except for right there. And over here. And let's see. If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure. Alright, you know what? I can just do... his hair brown. After I paint his face. All right. Okay. So yeah. Gonna paint his hair brown. The same brown I have here. Whoops. Let's see. Hardened leather. Alright, there we go. Alright. Okay. I like how this turned out. This is Ragnar Blackmane of the Space Wolves. Ragnar Blackmane of the Space Wolves, Blackmane's great company. And of course, there are some spots I missed. But it's alright. Let's see. Alright, now on to the very last one I have. So, this one is a pretty important one for the Space Wolves in particular. I would argue that the only one more important than him might be Logan Grimnar or even Lehman Russ. This is Bjorn the Fell-Handed. Bjorn the Fell-Handed, who is a dreadnought. And I did mention him briefly when I painted Logan Grimnar. So a dreadnought is in fact a space marine that's brought to the edge of death in battle. And he's like interred in a sarcophagus that that gets placed in this big killing machine thing. You were hoping for Lucas the Trickster? I can't find Lucas the Trickster to buy, like, anywhere. I cannot find him at all. Lucas the Trickster, who is part of Ragnar Blackmane's great company. But no, Bjorn the Fell-Handed is an absolute legend. He is 100% a legend to the Space Wolves because okay, so the Dreadnought chassis that he's in is a venerable Dreadnought, which I think is just the guy's so metal he replaced. Wait a minute. The guy's so metal he replaced some part of himself with a stasis bomb? Are you sure you weren't thinking of Rylanor? Yeah. He's been around since before. Yeah, Bjorn the Fell-Handed has been around since the Horus Heresy. He fought with Leman Russ and the Emperor himself on Prospero against Magnus the Red. He has this really fun quote. Let's see if I can find it. Here we go. Bjorn the Fell-Handed. Here we go. Let me read it. I was on Prospero, brothers. I was there when we burned their heresy from the galaxy. I saw Leman Russ lay waste to their cherished places. I saw traitors weep from corrupted eyes as we turned their pyramids of glass into barren wasteland. That will not happen here. They were made weak by the knowledge of their treachery. We are made strong by the knowledge of our fidelity. Where Zika fell, the Aet will stand. Though it may cost the lives of us all, the Aet will stand. They've changed it. His new rule is last laugh. Really? Are you talking about... That's a really fun quote from Bjorn the Fell-Handed. He's literally just like, we will not fall today. And I think the Et is, in fact, the Fang that he's referring to. The main fortress monastery of the Space Wolves on Fenris. And if I'm not wrong, since he's a Dreadnought, the damage characteristic of every attack against him is decreased by a single wound. Cause look at him. But yeah, Bjorn the Fell-Handed fought on Prospero against Leman Russ. No, fought on Prospero with Leman Russ. And there's a bit of like, this is kind of cool. There's a bit of like, almost mythology surrounding him. Because another thing about him, he apparently gets woken up once every 100 years. Only once every century. Because this guy is just an absolute... I mean, he's just like a legend. Because he is the Space Wolves' spiritual link back to Lehman Russ. Because Lehman Russ is like gone somewhere. Him and most of the other major Primarchs. I do know that Gilliman has been revived from his stasis chamber after getting his throat cut by Fulgrim. I think the Lion is going to be returning in the Arcs of Omen series that GW is doing. And also, if I'm not... Okay, no. In the aftermath of the War of Armageddon, it was Bjorn the Fell-Handed that teleported onto like the Lord Inquisitor's ship after Logan Grimnar killed the Inquisitor and was like, stop this right now. So he's like basically just no nonsense. Okay. I notice that there's a shield on this fur that he's wearing. I think I'm going to paint that gold. That and this up here. But yeah, I am also satisfied that this has been a longer stream because I'm doing more than one model. Because if I had done Canis Wolfborn and just stopped there, this would have been half an hour stream. Let's see. I think I'm gonna make his claws red. Like blood red. And then I wouldn't have been able to raid you. That's true. You're right, Shizu. You wouldn't have been able to raid me. I wish I could... Also, I wish I could catch you more, Shizu. I'm either like working on stuff, or I'm at work, or streaming like I am now. But let's see. See, I know the gun. I'm intangible. Oh no. Let's see. The assault cannon. And... oh, you know what? The top of his chassis. See, the assault cannon and these exhaust pipes right here are both going to be silver. These ornaments on the assault cannon I'm going to make brown. Oh, you know what? This heavy flamer too, that's gonna be silver. But I'm gonna make the claws red. I'm pretty sure. If I'm not wrong, I'm pretty sure Bjorn the Fell-Handed does have, like, red claws. Although they might be from, like, the blood of his enemies. Hmm. Alright. There's his claws. There's his blood red claws. See, have I not filled a single space on my bingo card yet? I mean, I think that'll happen more often in a gaming stream, I think. It's more likely to happen in a gaming stream, I should say. Alright. So, painting these ornaments. Brown. Also, painting this wolf pelt. Brown. And this gray honestly looks cooler than like the sky blue that the Space Wolves have. Or at least this what they look like they have. I think Space Wolves usually have like the ice color. If I'm not wrong. Okay. So I'm actually gonna paint all of this stuff gold, because it's like ornamental stuff. I'm gonna have to do multiple layers of it too. Huh, it's not showing up very well on OBS, is it? And the white is still going through the gold paint I have. Oh well. I can say that it's because they live on Fenris, which is an icy death world. Oh, that's another thing. I completely forgot. So Space Wolves usually recruit from their homeworld of Fenris. And what they do is they go through the normal Space Marine, like, training. But then the Space Wolves, what they do is once you're, I don't know if this is before or after you have all, like, the extra organs that make you a Space Marine, but what they do is they get you drunk and then just throw you out in the cold of Fenris. And they're just like if you make it back to the Fang, you're a Space Marine now. It's pretty funny. You'd almost think they do that before they give you the gene seed. But I'm not sure if I understand the logic behind, like, the codex, like the ones who aren't compliant with the codex, like the Blood Angels and Dark Angels. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, now for all the silver parts. Which are going to be the... Those who make it back are considered worthy. It's after scout training, but before full gene implant. Okay, alright. That makes sense. Yeah, the tests of Morkai. Yeah. That makes sense. But it makes sense that they wouldn't, like, potentially throw away, like, valuable gene seed. Like, that'd be kind of a waste of Gene Seed. Okay. So, there's the exhaust pipes. Now I'm going to do the assault cannon. Which, by the way, I should have made this a Hellfrost cannon. So usually when you get a kit, you have a bunch of different options you can put. You have a bunch of different options for weapons you can give them. And for this one I had the assault cannon, the heavy plasma cannon, and also something called the Hellfrost cannon. Which I'm pretty sure the only ones who use the Hellfrost cannon are in fact the Space Wolves. But I gave Bjorn the Fell-Handed here a assault cannon, which doesn't have the strength to kill most enemies. So yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. Let's see. Well, no, the assault cannon has like rate of fire instead of firepower. Which could be good. In the case that enemies that you may be fighting don't have like the same toughness as your weapon strength. Okay. I think I've done a good job here. I think I've done a good job here. So, this was... Let me see. This was Canis Wolfborn, Bjorn the Fell-Handed, and Ragnar Blackmane. Yeah, these are the ones that I painted today. I am very satisfied with how these turned out. I really like this. And I think this is where I'm gonna end. So, everyone, thank you all so very much for watching. Nice, thank you. Thanks, Shizu. I will be commissioning a 2D model from a friend of mine, and I'm gonna be playing some Warframe on Friday at 7 a.m. And why don't we find someone to raid? Also, be sure to check out my TikTok. And be sure to join my Discord. All those are in my About Me section. So let's see. Who are we gonna raid? Oh crap. Drekar, thank you so very much for the follow. I appreciate the follow right before I raid. That sounds like sarcasm. I am not trying to be sarcastic. I mean that. From Kai? No, not from Kai. Not from Kai, because she's actually I think she's working on like a bunch of different commissions right now. But no, it's gonna be from a friend of mine that I met earlier. But yeah, gonna raid someone. Let's see. You know what? Why don't we go ahead and raid Fubuki Shinko. Because I'm actually going to be raiding her. No, not. Because I'm actually going to be collabing with her in Warframe on Friday. So let me pull up her stream. Let me pull up her stream. Let me also type a raid message. Alright. Be sure to copy that. Let's raid. Yeah. So, copy that raid message. Pretty please. And I will just go ahead and... Wait. Hang on. Alright, here we go. Alright. Oh, she's playing Sunhaven. Shocker. Alright. And here we go. Please bring all my viewers. Alright, here we go. Alright. So, again, everyone, thank you so very much for stopping by. Where raid message? It's right here. Yeah, it's up there. It's the one I put down. So, copy it and paste it in Buki's stream.